pour me wine.
Yeah.
Wine in there. Like I need to drink wine. I'm scared it'll fall out.
Leave it in there for right now.
No, because I want to see that.
Oh.
I want to comment that this one comes apart.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
Okay.
Hello. We are back again today with another project. What I have in front of me is my niece, Hunter, came over and we did casting of her hand. This is my trusty dusty painting Susan. I know it's a lazy Susan, but it's just my painting Susan. You can see I'm peeling off old dried paint. I use it to spin things. Anyway, so I have it out because I want to get you a close-up of the hand, the Lifecasting hand. And I'm just going to spin it a little bit. If you can see the detail in the fingertips, in the knuckles, you can even tell that she's been given a beautiful manicure by yours truly, just to make sure that, you know, she looks so pretty. Okay. Don't worry about the glass. Yes, the glass is very dirty. It takes a lot to get a sculpture to a point where you can pour on it. So, that being said, we're going to set her aside for a moment. I've got a painter's tarp on my island, and I'm scared I'm going to, like, rip it or something. So, we put her off to the side, and I'm going to show you my other niece's hand and basically how we got that together. This is a piece of a metal fixture. I think it was the base of a candy machine or bubblegum machine or something. The pole goes here. And anyway, so my husband took a 1024. I wasn't even going to have details, but a 1024 bolt and screwed it right through the thread, just through the bottom. And that's the base. And I'm going to show you my other niece's hand, Amber. This is her hand. When we did these two, Amber had the glass in her hand when she did the mold. And then when we poured it, the glass was in there. However, Amber had a lighter grip on the hand, or on the glass, so we could get the glass out of her hand to be able to do what we do. And so the glass is on her hand. There we go. Look at the beautiful fingernails. They're gorgeous. So I'm doing this to show you how we put it together. It's a very tight fit. So I'm going to set the glass aside. Basically, what we did is took a drill bit, used a drill after, lining it up so that the wine glass was vertical. We drilled a hole into the hydrocal, the finished piece, and put Locktite heavy-duty epoxy on it, just like we did the other one. Put it in the hole, we put it on the threads, and attached it, and let it dry. And voila, you have a finished piece. So let me hand this off to the side. What we're going to do today is we're going to do a dirty pour on the hand. So the hand will be back in just a moment. Just one moment. And so we're going to just leave that in the frame so you guys can have a beautiful look on it. Look on it. Anyway, while I get the painting supplies ready. I have run out of cups that I normally use and decided I don't want to keep just using and purchasing cups and throwing them away because you can't rinse the cup out the paint and the additive that I use and the WD-40 would do terrible down my drain, and I don't want to do that. So instead, I started saving soda pop bottles, and I've decided to cut them in half or shorter, and that's what I'm going to be using to do the paint in. Right now, this is my white paint, and the reason that I have my white paint in the 2-liter bottle is because I have, I use house paint, and I can mix my M1 in with it and the water in with it to have it the consistency I need it to be to pour in a bigger amount, because I use a lot more white than I do anything else. So for this, literally just gonna pour some white paint into the cup and set that off to the side. And I'll set you to the side. The other two colors we're going to be using today, we're going to be using Folk Art acrylic paint in the shade Cobalt Blue, number 720. And we're going to be using Folk Art acrylic paint in the shade of Violet Pansy, number 440. So pretty much you got to shake it up and make sure. You got to make sure it's not like thick and chunky or, you know, whatever. So you give it a good shake. Let it rest for a second, because you just put a bunch of air bubbles in it. Ow, that really hurt. Shake it up, shake it up. Anyway. My husband is behind the camera again, doing his goofiness. Can you hand me... Oh, sorry. A couple paper towels. This one is much thicker. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my M1 or MI. I don't know. It's basically a latex paint additive. I know this is acrylic paint. It's okay. It doesn't matter. It's an additive and extender. It kind of thins it out. I can't get it open. I got it. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So, yes, I just did that. You saw that. Yep, you saw it. Wow, that was entertaining. Good thing I asked for paper towels, because now I'm wearing it. Okay, so moving right along. You have to have fun with it. If you can't have fun with it, you shouldn't be doing it. That's just what I say. I typically, my ratio is, you know, 1/3 M1 or MI, which I don't know. I don't know what it's called, and that's okay. We'll set him aside. And I do, so 1/3 MI, 2/3, maybe a little bit more than 2/3 of the paint. And it's thinking about it. Yeah, it is truly. There we go. It's going to need to be really thinned out.
Yeah.
Wow. I may decide that because both of these are as thick as they are, as soon as I get a little bit out, I may decide to just put you on pause for a moment. No, you know what? No. It's going to have to I usually put water in with it, because you want it the consistency of like soup, a thicker soup, but soup. This is water, just H2O right out of the sink, tap water, no big deal. It's been sitting out for a while. So I will usually, if my paint is really, really thick, or when I'm trying to get the last out of the bottle, I will fill it with the water. And then, okay. So you put some water in it, and ta-da! Comes out easy, easy, easy peasy. I try to make sure I pay attention when I'm pouring my paint, like right now, to make sure that no chunks, or, you know, there's not a lot of thickness in it, because you don't want that. This one is just entertaining. That's not out of me for some reason. Let me get a stir stick. But yet, I'll do that off camera. So once you have the M1 and the water and the paint, you're gonna stir it. You want to make sure, and I'm mixing a little awkwardly in this cup now because I have not filled the bottom of these with resin. So there is still that little dip, the little hole thing, you know. So I'm just rubbing the popsicle stick inside of that hole in every direction I can, just to make sure that there's nothing left in there that doesn't mix with the rest of it, because you want to mix it really well. I'm probably going to add more blue to this. And this is the consistency you want. Basically, that it just kind of runs like soup. You don't want it pure water, but you want it to run out. All right, I'm going to put you on pause, mix the purple, and I'll be right back.
What was that?
Are you filming?
Maybe.
Seriously? Okay, we're back, apparently. I'm going to take my glasses off because I do not need my glasses for this part. I've got them mixed. They are of the right consistency. I am going to take another plastic cup. Used to have like cracked sand in it or whatever. And I use this to do a lot of my dirty pours in, and then I can, you know, bend it and get it wherever I want it. So we're going to use this as our center cup. Okay. So this is WD-40. Find it at any hardware store. Again, not sponsored. This is just what I use, what works best for what I do. And I spray a little bit, and I try to kind of tap the end, because if you don't tap the end, it's going to drip off somewhere. And so, yeah. Anyway, I am going to actually put gloves on today. I normally don't wear gloves when I do my dirty pours because I don't mind getting dirty. However, right now, with this particular piece, I'm not going to just dump over the top of it because I want to get in between the fingers. I want to get in the palm. I want to get it between the palm and the glass, you know, kind of thing. And we'll get it out later. So I don't want to end up wearing paint, and I don't want to have to pause you to go wash some hands. So that's what we're doing. All right. So I've put the WD-40 in, give it a couple stirs just to make sure it gets mixed in. You don't want it 100% mixed in. You just kind of want, you know, a little bit. I'm done with my popsicle sticks, so I don't really need them anymore. I'll set them off to the side. Just wow, that was okay. Put the purple or the blue in the purple, whatever. I'm a little scatterbrains today. I had a good night last night, and I'm just kind of bleh today. So we're gonna bring my brain back to normal by doing an art project. I am going to set these off to the side for a second. And okay, I just have something that I'm setting the base on, so that because this lip is on 90% of it or 75% of it, whatever, and there's a gape, there's a gape here, the paint will flow off of there and it'll end up leaving the runoff on, sorry, my husband is cracking up behind the camera. It'll leave the runoff to flow off onto the plastic sheet that is on the island. And I call it runoff. Other people have called it skin. When it dries, I peel it off and I use it on another project. And if you watch till the end of the video, I'll show you the next project coming up that has to do with the dirty pour. So I just set her here. She's ready to go. Got my little cup, and what I'm going to do is, I'll see if I can give you a visual of that in a little bit. I'm basically just dumping the paint in the cup. And that's all I'm doing, is dumping the paint in the cup. Can you talk to me? Sorry, my husband is like putting his pinky up like he has something to say to me, and I'm like, I can't see you.
We are pausing.
Okay. And we're back. Okay. So I'm trying to put a little bit of white in between each color, in between the two dark colors, just so that it's not, completely dark. But you never know when it comes to a dirty pour how it's going to turn out. I'm just going to kind of start sprinkling a little bit on top. When it comes to dirty pour art, you have no idea how it's going to turn out. Absolutely no idea. You can have an idea planned in your head. When it comes out of this cup and goes into this cup, all bets are off. Absolutely all bets are off. It's going to do whatever it's going to do. And it is what it is. It's just, that is what it is. I don't know how much it's mixing in the bottom of the cup or halfway down the cup. I don't know anything. And I'm okay with that, because that's kind of the fun of this art. I'm going to put a little bit more just because I'm seeing these beautiful cells. I'm going to see if my husband will get a picture of the inside of the cup for me. Look how pretty that is. And we're not done.
My request before you start painting?
Are we filming while you're talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that we don't overdo it on the undersides.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because I think having some white show through is really going to add to the texture. Just my opinion.
And that is it for my white. So, probably going to have a little bit of paint left over. And any paint that is left over, I will dump onto the tablecloth anyway. Tablecloth. The plastic. Okay. Now, so those, are they out of the way? Okay. So, I'm not stressing out. I haven't done anything. The 3D things I did weren't as heavy as this. So this is a tad bit heavy. So bear with me as I grunt and groan and look completely awkward. Here we go. I'm just going to kind of funnel it just to get some in the palm side. And then I'm going to turn it over. Oh, that is gorgeous. And I'm just going to let it kind of pool. I'm going to do the fingers. There we go. And then I'm just going to let them set like that. And I'm going to unfortunately have to turn it in a different direction than you can see, because I can't see where I'm pouring. I think I just got some in the glass. All right. That's really pretty. It's turning out more pink. Whatever. And actually, I don't know. Do you want, oh, okay. Do you want me to put any more on here? Because honestly, I'm tempted on asking you to grab me a canvas and I'll just do a quick flip, but I don't think I have any canvases ready. Do you want me to get some in here?
Yeah.
Or just, okay. So.
I would just pour it straight in the trough. Not even on the wrist. Leave the wrist.
I'm not trying to. Okay, do you want me to move?
No, because that'll move the stuff around on the hand. The hand is freaking gorgeous. I love it. So,
all right. Yeah. There's that little pool of stuff is completely full. And there's not a lot of other places. That's really pretty. I kind of wish there was more here, but that, you know, whatever.
I'm in love with it.
Okay. So, then you want me just to dump it on the counter?
Yeah.
Would you like to? Okay, so since we have this much extra, and I should have known that, but I didn't, so it's okay, no big deal. I'm just gonna kind of make a, I don't know.
Take the last little bit of that dark colors and put it on the empty spots.
I can't even see over there.
You're doing cool. You're doing cool.
Okay, so I'm letting the last little bitty bit that's in the cup kind of drip out. There's not a whole lot in there, so I'm not sure I'm going to get any to fill this little bitty hole over here, but it doesn't really matter. It has turned out awesome. There we go. I probably could get a popsicle stick and scrape it, but I am not going to do that. Just gonna let that last drop. I think that's okay. So, can I have a paper towel? Actually, I don't need a paper towel. I forgot. That's the whole reason that I put gloves on. Okay. So, this is what it looks like. Do you want me to torch it?
I would. I'd just let it do its thing, because unless you want to torch the base, the hand part, I absolutely love the way it is. I think the base...
Sorry, I don't know that you can hear him talking to me, so okay. So just the base.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to turn this thing down as low as I possibly can, just so I don't, like, you know, burn anything or... Oh, I'm really liking that. I know I kind of need to get, like, a... Okay, right here. That's what that is. If you watch, it'll kind of change the pattern just enough. If you want to show this one, I'll see. I'm going to see if it'll do it on here. I'm not sure if it will. A little bit. Little bitty bit. And then I'll do this one. You can't really see that one much. There we go. That right there. Look at it. Look at it. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Careful. Just drug the tripod into the runoff. So, ta-da! This is done. It will set typically on a casting, from what I've noticed, is it takes a couple hours for it to dry. The canvas, I let that set for 24 to 48 hours. On the Hydrocal, though, it dries much faster. I'm not sure how long it's going to take the base to dry. And since it is still dripping on this side, which is causing a little ripply pattern, I'm really loving this pattern here. I'm not sure how long it'll take to dry, so it'll dry. Once it's dry, we'll get some close-up pictures. I still have not figured out how to add photos to the video. I haven't figured that out. I don't know if I just need to create a slideshow, whatever, who cares? If you know how to do it, comment below. For now, this is it. We're pretty much done with this for, you know, a day or two until we know it is 100% dry all the way around. And when it's finished and we're sure that everything is 100% dry, I will take it. Hand me that one, sorry. I should have thought of that before. Ha ha. Okay. I will take it and contort it and end up polishing the fingernails on this piece as well. There we go. However, we will wait until that one is completely dry to do that because I have to handle it a lot and sometimes it takes a lot of pressure holding it in midair to get to it. So for now, that is finished. I know this was a quick project. I have in works to do another video using the skin off of a dirty pour I did a week or two ago that I have a project with. That's why I told you to stick around. And what I'm going to do is, other than like jewelry, there's not a lot you can do with skins. This is a skin it's that I got off of a painting that we did a while ago, and I peeled it off tablecloth, and my thought is to turn this into something on a canvas. And so stay tuned, and I will show you that project soon. So thank you for joining me today and watching and enjoying the paint. If you are interested in doing a life casting, you can contact us at RLLifecasting, or you can contact me, you know, in the comments below. So again, thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the video. You can hit the notification bell. The notification bell will tell you when I've uploaded a new video, and leave me a comment. I try to reply to everybody that leaves a comment, so leave me a comment. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful evening, and remember, life is art. Bye.